security matters, the government has directed the Minister of State for Defense, Dr. Bello Matawalle, and other military chiefs to move to Sokoto State to tackle the menace of banditry, kidnapping, and terrorism in the northwest region. This is part of an intensified effort to restore peace and security in the area. Dr. Bello Matawalle stated his commitment to flushing out Bello Turji and his gang, as well as other criminal elements terrorizing the region. The federal government said it is deeply concerned about the persistent threat posed by banditry and terrorism, and he said that they are ready to deploy all necessary assets to ensure peace is restored to communities. Matawalle emphasized the need for urgent action against the terrorists to enable people to move freely. He further assured the people of Sokoto, Katsina, Zamfara and Kebbi states, as well as the entire northwest region, that the security forces would leave no stone unturned in flushing out the bandits. The Minister of State for Defense and other military chiefs are expected to supervise operations in the northwest and ensure the success of intensified efforts. To discuss this, we are joined by Inko-Tariah Ipalibo, a security expert. Thank you for being with us this morning.
Thank you for having me. Good morning.
All right. How effective do you believe this move by the federal government will be in addressing the root causes of banditry, kidnapping and terrorism in the northwest region? And do you think there are any specific strategies or initiatives that will actually be implemented in conjunction with the deployment of military forces?
Well, relocating the army chiefs to Sokoto, for me, does not solve the problem and cannot and will not solve the problem of banditry and terrorism. The military chiefs could be anywhere, and what is important is the kind of comprehensive strategy that is being deployed. So it has little or nothing to do with the physical presence of the army chiefs in Sokoto. If the Nigerian army wants to end banditry and terrorism, they have to develop a comprehensive strategy and see to it that the implementation or execution of that strategy is devoid of any political interference. And within a couple of weeks, there would be an end to banditry in Nigeria.
But what challenges might arise in coordinating efforts between the federal government, the military and the local authorities in the region? Now, how can these challenges be mitigated to ensure a unified approach, especially to combating security threats that we see in these areas?
On several platforms, and for us, we have advocated the utilization of locals in forming a security network. If you want to call it local policing, state policing, fine. But for you to solve problems of insecurity in rural areas, the locals must be involved. The locals would be there to provide foot soldiers support and local intelligence that other security agencies can work with. So fighting terrorism in Zamfara, in Sokoto, if the army chief is there, what does he know about the terrain? What he knows about the terrain is what is being told or what he is seeing on Google Map or whatever device they are using. But they have locals who live within the community, who live in the terrain, who understand the community. So you integrate these people, you give them the required training, and then you also make equipment available, assets available that will be used to comb this region and get rid of the terrorists. The terrorists are human beings. They have physical bodies. They are located in physical places, locations. So if you want to wipe them out, it is very possible and I must say easy to do that. The story that the videos we are seeing where terrorists will be celebrating that they have captured the armored armored tanks of the Nigerian army, it's very embarrassing. And the explanation to the fact that the vehicles were stuck in the mud, and that the Air Force could not provide area support because of the weather. All those things are laughable. If you want to attack, you must consider the elements, the weather elements, weather conditions, and then Nigeria should, at this level, have in their security assets fighter jets that could, fight in the storm, in the rain, in whatever weather element that is available. For me, up until now, we have not taken the fight against terrorism and banditry serious at all. We are just playing politics with it, and it's painful because it's bringing embarrassment to the country, and it's also taking lives and also providing unwanted situations for the citizens.
All right, finally, let's take a look at the role of community-based initiatives. Now, we do understand that there are joint forces, especially from different communities, who have formed their own security forces to ensure that they can combat these challenges. But what do you think the federal government can do, looking at the fact that there are indeed community-based initiatives, and how can they foster a relationship that would eventually help in taking out these so-called bandits?
The so-called community-based initiatives that you are referring to, it's an effort that is being made by the individual communities. At its best, it is an effort. There is nothing professional about their coordination. There is no adequate training. There is no equipment that has been deployed to those community-based initiatives. So at best, they are just it's still at the formative stage without any capacity to prevent or to fight the terrorists and the bandits. If we want those initiatives to begin to produce results, then there is a need for them to be properly and professionally coordinated. There is a need for them to be equipped with the requisite technology that will deliver. There is a need for the synergy with existing security agencies owned by the federal government. So if they've started grouping, it's fine. But there is more to be done for those groupings to provide the desired result.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Ipalibo, for speaking with us here on News Now. We appreciate your insights into the insecurity situation in Nigeria.